So I have known what you did last summer, and I have still known what you did last summer, but I never have always known what you did last summer. What's going on, guys? Welcome to 31 Days of Horror. I am Morgan Film Fan. Let's jump into some scares. So, like I said in the intro, the third film in the I Know What You Did Last Summer, or whatever you want to call it, is the only one that I haven't really seen. The second one, as a matter of fact, I still know what you did last summer. I watched in the last year, I'm pretty sure. But yeah, it was always the first film that I watched originally for a while and never cared. Like, it wasn't amazing to me, but it was fine. And then I still know what you did last summer. I actually had a pretty good time with it, but never got around to this one. So I decided to choose it for my 31 days. And I mean, people trash the shit out of this movie, and I'm not gonna lie, it's not a great film, but I think people over trash this one. Honestly, I'm gonna be a little bit of a defender on this one. What I think about I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer is that it had a really good idea with the plot. It just was not executed well at all, and the biggest problem for me was the editing. The editing is like there's this thing that happened in the early 2000s where every film was like, watching this film, I don't know if there's a single like frame that lasts more than 5 seconds. It's just it's like it's seizure inducing. Like, there's moments where the screen is flashing so much where I have to like kind of close my eyes. It's like, holy shit, relax with the cuts, man. It's just cut, cut. It's, man, insanity. The editing is atrocious. The acting is atrocious, and the writing is atrocious. Now, like I said, there are some things that I enjoyed about this film. It's got its campy goofiness, fun, you could say. The killer doesn't look bad, even though, like, look-wise, he looks pretty good. Execution-wise, like, his backstory, there is none. So the movie ends, and the final girl, Amber, kills the killer and destroys him in this compound, like those machines that mow like cornfields and stuff, and his body is in a million pieces from the back of it. There's no reveal. There is no reveal on the killer of this movie. Like, it's just at the beginning, there's the urban legend of the killer from the first movie. This guy with a hook, and he, you know, there's like a town conspiracy, you could say, and a bunch of kids decide to pull this prank in a carnival, and one dresses up as the killer, and then the guy who's dressed up as the killer chases all the other ones down and like tries to slash them, and they try to, you know, create this hoax in the town to get attention, or whatever the fuck, I don't know. And then there's an accident, and then one of the kids dies in the most bizarre thing I've ever seen in a horror movie. He's on a roof, and the pretend slasher killer is about to slash him. He rides his skateboard off the damn roof. like he jumps like it's like him jumping off the roof, but instead of jumping, he rides a skateboard. It's like, how the fuck is that going to be any different? And there was supposed to, according to the kids, be some kind of mattress where you can land on. And it's like, buddy, you can't skateboard off a roof. You're going to break your fucking legs. It doesn't make any sense. Anyways, he dies because he lands on a pole. And then everybody's shocked. And another thing about this movie is it jumps in, like, themes. Like, it'll be like punk rockish, and then it'll go like all dramatic, and then it'll go to like they're chilling again, and then they'll be at a party, but then they'll be depressed 5 minutes later, but then they'll be mourning somebody, but then they'll be like at some college concert thing, and then there's a girl named Zoe, I think she is Zoe, yeah. She's in a band, and then there's concert scenes, and it's just bizarre. And then it's entertaining, but by the third act, I have to say that you stop caring. At least I did, and it's like, I don't care about any of these people anymore. I get the whole thing where they try to recreate the first film, but in a different sense, where instead of an actual killer, it was a prank killer, and then they stopped trusting each other and yada yada yada. But I think this film would be okay if it was just executed better, because I don't think the idea is bad, and I don't think the intention was bad. I like a lot of things in this film. Some of the cinematography is actually really well done. The way things are lit. There's a cemetery scene in particular where the final girl, you could say, Amber, goes to visit the guy who died in the graveyard, and everything is lit beautifully. So if they stuck to that, if they stuck to the cinematography and focused on the way cameras were shot and the lighting and the atmosphere, because the atmosphere is great in these scenes, and stopped with the frickin' jittery editing that was notorious back like in 2000. This is 2005, but it was like notorious in 2005. It's like every movie had to be like cut, and lots of great movies are notorious for it too. Like, I love the Saw franchise, but the Saw franchise was full of that shit. It's like it's like every shot has to be 0.3 seconds. It's and this is one that's notorious for that too, but this one just didn't land for that. But it's honestly not as bad as people make it out to be, I think. That's my opinion. Like, for example, the 2010 A Nightmare on Elm Street is certainly a worse film than this is. This is, without a doubt, in my opinion, a better film than the A Nightmare on Elm Street remake, the 2010 remake. This is a way better film. And of course, there's going to be people who are going to bash the shit out of me and be like, I'll Always Know What You Did Last Summer is a better movie than A Nightmare on Elm Street remake? Give me a freaking break. And I'm like, yeah, it is. And A Nightmare on Elm Street remake was pathetic, in my opinion. But maybe that's because I have such a love for the original. Could be. I just thought it was horrendous in every way. And yeah, I would always choose this one. So that's my opinion. You want to sue me for it? Okay. It's not as terrible as people make it out to be, is my conclusion. So subscribe to Morgan Film Fan if you like to listen to my voice, or if you like my film reviews. I'll be back with more soon. Subscribe if you like what you're seeing. And until next review, happy 31 Days of Horror. Take care and cheers.